Latrice, you definitely knew. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about Belle Collective, Season 6, Episode 5, and the name of the episode is called Biloxi Blues. So the episode started off with Kerri. Kerri called herself throwing a crawfish boil, and I'm like, Selena, my vision for a crawfish boil was way off. How you throwing a crawfish boil without no boil? And this is what I'm saying. Kerri give me fake bougie, right? You didn't have a crawfish boil, mama. You bought some crawfish for lunch and you bought it here for us to eat. That's what it was. Quit trying to be fancy talking about you had a crawfish boil. That was not a crawfish boil. Now, only Selena, Lateshia, and Marie were there. I eat crawfish. I didn't start eating crawfish until I was in high school. My mom doesn't eat crawfish, so for the most part, we only ate what my mother ate. And once we got older, we started experiencing other things. And so I'm used to seeing crawfish being spread over a table like that. And I can understand why people would consider that unsanitary, right? But I have never in my life seen anyone eat bread and mayo with crawfish. Never. And I've never seen anyone put on gloves and dig in the mayo and wipe it on some bread. Never. I've never seen that ever in my life. Now, Kerri is planning a trip to Biloxi. I'm not sure in the episode if Kerri actually said that they was going to Biloxi because she kept referring to the trip or where they was going as the coastal guard or the coast. I don't think that she ever actually said the word Biloxi. And I didn't even know that they were in Biloxi until I seen the name of the episode. And I do think that, sometimes we be doing nigga stuff. I do think that we have to be mindful that everybody that's watching the show don't know Mississippi like that. So if you're saying that you're going to the coast, we don't know that you're talking about Biloxi because we're not from Mississippi. But with the trip, she's planning on inviting the whole group, including Latrice, okay? Lateshia said that she will show up for anything that Kerri is doing. And it's also going to be an opportunity for Lateshia to do her women's empowerment brunch. Lateshia shared that she's not 100% there, so she's going to have to lean on Kerri a bit. And Kerri said that she has a takeover spirit, so all she needs to do is show up, right? And Marie, I love Marie. Marie was like, well, make sure we have some real food there. And Kerri said that it will be top tier cuisine. I feel like Kerri is kind of tacky, though. To me, she seems kind of tacky. It's the drawstring ponytail. It's her calling this crawfish boil a boil when there was no boil. You ain't boiled shit. I think that she's able to move around in circles the way that she do because her husband is rich. Or at least I'm assuming that he's rich or he at least got some money and the way that she looks because she's a cute girl. And I also think that Lateshia has a cute face as well. Now we got Tamara. This is my first time ever seeing. Well, no, I seen her. This is her first time having her own scene. Really, she's with her daughter London Simone, and her boyfriend Damon comes by. He's tired. Now Tamara said that he took on a second job helping a friend manage a lounge. Tamara says that she thinks that he's took on his second job so he can get his money right. Is basically what I'm trying to pick up on. But she wants to make sure that since he's trying to get the extra money, that he's actually saving the money. And you do have to be disciplined to actually save money. I'm going through it right now. Trying to actually save can be hard. Tamara says that her and Damon are totally different in the way that they do things. She said that she planned for things even before London was born. She had a bank account where Damon is the type of person, he handled things as they come. And she says that he's kind of defensive when it comes to that. And they're just going to have to work on it. I don't think there's nothing wrong if Tamara is better at money management for her to have access to the money and, be the one that is in charge of the money in the relationship. But I don't know their relationship like that because this is just a boyfriend. It's not her husband. And she said that he was defensive. So I don't know. Maybe he's just used to doing things the way he want to do them. I don't know. But that's a red flag for me. Okay. Next, we got Latrice. Latrice is packing. She's getting ready to go to the trip. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but if I was Latrice, I would not be going on this trip. I would not. From what I see with the cast, they are mostly Team Lateshia, and all I gotta say is 2 words: Shanquilla.
Yup.
Yes, baby. I will not. There is no way I would be going on this cast trip with these girls so soon after what just happened with Lateshia and Amanda. And especially if Lateshia was not returning any of my phone calls. And I said especially because if she had returned my calls, I still wouldn't have went to the trip. It's too soon, right? But especially if she hadn't returned any of my calls. I just think that people think that everything is all fun and games, and it don't be. And people don't be playing, right? This girl was over there boo-hooing crying. There's no way. There's no way, okay? Cliff ended up surprising Latrice with dinner. She didn't really seem appreciative. I feel like Latrice is one of the girls on camera who is aware that the camera is there. So she kind of put up a facade, right? I don't know. She just seems a little fake and phony to me. But I also think that she gives me she kind of slow. She do give me she kind of slow a little bit too. She asked Cliff where he's going to be staying while she's gone, and he said that he's going to be staying at the condos on top of Taste. She shares that when she gets back, she needs him to be at the house. And for some reason, I feel like Latrice would get Cliff at the house or a better response from him if she spoke or she said it nicely. She's saying it like almost as a matter of fact, like you need to be at the house, but that's a grown man. What's wrong with saying I would appreciate you being at the house, or I would like for you to stay at the house when I get back? I'm sure she would not want him to tell her that you need to do this and you need to do that. Right? Whenever he wants something, I'm sure she don't want him talking to her like that. And all I'm saying is that you get more bees with honey than shit. Because he even mentioned saying that she was like trying to control him, but it was all in her tone and the way that she was talking. But I also feel like she was showing out for the cameras too. Okay. Then we get Kerri and Matt. They go to Biloxi ahead of the group, and they went to go check out the Airbnb where the girls are going to be staying. So it's 5 bedrooms at the Airbnb, but it's going to be 6 girls. And Matt had the suggestion that the 2 girls who are beefing stay in the room together, and that's going to be Lateshia and Latrice.
No.
Absolutely not. 2 words. Sean Quilla. I feel like as a good host, if you know that 2 people are beefing, you have to keep them away from each other. Hell, I would suggest even if it was possible to give somebody the room downstairs and the other person the room upstairs if Latrice ended up showing up on the trip. I think that this is serious. This is not no petty stuff. Again, y'all, Lateshia was bawling, right? She was hurt and she was embarrassed. And so I think that this is serious and they just playing with it, okay? Now the ladies meet up to go and get on the sprinter. Then they ended up getting on the sprinter, and Marie basically asked Latrice how was she doing, and Lateshia said that she was tired of people playing in her face. I'm telling y'all, that would have been my cue. It's not that I'm scary. I'm just always aware. I have seen things happen in my life. I'm always aware of what's going on, and I need to watch my back to see what's going on. Okay, when I hear people talking like that or whatever, I'm feeling like they're gonna try to do something to me. Because make no mistake, Marie is straight team Lateshia. Marie give me straight up. You hit her first, you know I'm a back dog. I got you. Just hit the bitch first. That's what I'm getting, and there's no way. So they got to the house. Kerri greeted them with some beads, but it was like 1 bead.
Is that it?
Everybody had 1 bead. I was expecting Mardi Gras. If we're gonna get the girls the beads, we're gonna get. I'm just not impressed. If you're gonna do it, go all out. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to sound like no sourpuss, but I done been on some trips and received more than that. Now she did have party bags for the girls, and she did have party bags for all of the girls. So again, it's 5 rooms and it's 6 girls, and so they did the room assignments based on the age, from oldest to youngest. So we got Selena. Selena is 49. I would not have ever guessed that Selena was 49. Selena is a brick house, and it looked all real. It looked cornbread fed, and I think that with Selena, she would look a lot younger if she would. And don't get mad at me. And listen. She would look a lot younger if she let the color hair go. I would have never guessed that she was as old as she is. And she looks good. She looks better than her daughters. 49, she holding it down, okay? Then we got Marie. Marie is 45. And Tamara is also 45. So they each got their own room. Well, of course, Kerri got her own room because she's hosting the trip. But they didn't actually tell us Lateshia and Latrice's age, but they're going to end up having to share a room. We never got an age on them. Bravo would have never did that. I'm just saying. There's a totally difference in the way that they do things. But we never got an age, but Lateshia is actually 45 years old. I don't know when this was filmed, but as of today, Lateshia is actually 45 years old, and we actually share the same birthday. She's actually 45, and Latrice is actually 34, okay? And for those of y'all that want to know, we never got an age on Kerri. Kerri is also 43. She's 43. They went on a swamp tour to see some alligators. Now, when they was doing the room assignments, Marie said that she needed her own room because she had lupus. And I don't know why, but I thought that she was joking. But before they got on the swamp tour, in the confessional, she was asking what kind of activities that Kerri had them doing because she had an autoimmune disease. And so she was serious. I did not know that. Okay. Afterwards, they got a chance to pet a baby alligator. They only showed Selena doing it. I'm sure probably Kerri did it. And I think that Marie kind of touched the alligator when they was telling the alligator about, but it was a thing that this man was doing with the alligator arm, and it looked like the little baby alligator was waving them by. So they went to dinner. They ended up going to dinner. Kerri knew the owner of this restaurant, and he came out and he greeted them, and they were able to eat the chef's choice on the menu, the chef choices menu. So they was bringing out dishes that the chef liked, or that the owner, like I said, chef, my bad. So they ended up bringing out some oysters. I have never had oysters in my life. Ever, never. And it's so funny because the last episode of the Braxtons and the blow up scene between Tony and Tamar that they keep on showing, to one that we saw last episode, to one that actually ordered some oysters. So it's like, look at the reality TV gods working. Okay. So now Lateshia asks the questions about the barbecue. Let's just talk. Okay. Latrice is saying that she's not the only one that Amanda told, that she also told Tamara. You're right. But Amanda brought it up at your house in your event. So, Latrice, instead of looking for some water from Tamara or looking at it out from Tamara, you really need to be so upset with Amanda because she got you involved. If Amanda had told me that Glenn had been in her DMs, the first thing I would have said was, girl, don't get me involved in no bullshit. Now, what the DM say? I don't want to be involved. There is a difference between Tamara knowing about it and not saying anything, and Latrice knowing and Amber bringing it up at Tamara's house. And this is what I'm saying about Latrice acting like she's slow. Now, when it comes to Team Latrice and Team Lateshia, I'm torn because I feel like there's two things that's going on here, right? When it comes to Latrice and whether or not she should have told Lateshia about Glenn hopping in Amanda's DMs, I would have never told Lateshia that.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
I'm sorry. I would have never told Lateshia that. My aunt told me a story, and I refer to my aunt a lot because my aunt, she tells me the truth. Not to say that my mama didn't tell me the truth, but our relationship is strictly mother and son, and my mother always kept it that way. But my aunt, she always gave me the real. My aunt told me a story about a woman that she knew. She was married, and her best friend told her that her husband had been cheating with another woman. And so the woman who was the wife went and confronted the mistress, and the mistress killed her. Now, I don't know how the wife confronted her or what went on or what was said or however it happened, but all I know, all my aunt told me was that the mistress killed the wife. And so a couple of months later, they was all around each other, and someone told that woman that she got her best friend killed. And my auntie told me that she really sat and thought about that, and whoever the person who told her that, they was right. They was right. She got her friend killed. And I just remember thinking, I don't ever want to be involved in no bullshit. Because you say something shit, you could end up getting killed.
Message.
And I just don't want to end up getting involved in no bullshit. That's too close to home. And it's not really like it's not really like Glenn and Lateshia are boyfriend and girlfriend. They're married. And from what her Instagram says, they've been married for over 20 years. So that's touchy. So in that regard, I'm on Latrice's side. Now, with that being said, if you don't think it's your business, Latrice, to go and tell Lateshia that Glenn was in Amanda's DMs, then you don't get to throw it in her face either.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
Because she tried to get real cute and say, well, if I'm playing in your face and your husband playing in my face, but that's none of your business. Because my business can't be your business when it's only convenient for you. So you don't get to try to throw it in my face. And Latrice doesn't seem apologetic to me or genuine to even say nothing like that. It's like you trying to throw it in her face. And the thing with Latrice, when I say to a certain extent, Latrice is not going to convince me that she didn't know that Amanda was going to do that. Amanda was single. She had divorced Jovan, her dagger. She divorced her. And now all of a sudden it's couples night and Jovan is there. Now all of a sudden Amanda and Jovan can come to couples night, right? She can say that she didn't have nothing to do with the questions, that it was just the workers that came up with the questions. That's bullshit. Because if you pay attention, when they ask the question, have you ever been attracted to someone in the group? When they showed the clip this week, Latrice said, we gotta be honest now. We gotta be honest, because she was getting ready to get the shit started. She knew the shit was getting ready to get started. So she knew Amanda was going to say it. That was the whole purpose of Amanda even being there. Now, let's just entertain for a second that Latrice didn't know that Amanda was going to say that. She still have to fall on the sword and eat it because Amanda brought it up at her house. That, coupled with Latrice telling Lateshia that Amanda told them that Glenn had been in Amanda's DMs previously, that spells ambush to me. Because Latrice let it be known that she knew. She could have acted like she didn't know. But what Latrice did was she low-key co-signed what Amanda was saying. She kind of backed up what she said. When Lateshia came in, Latrice said, well, Amanda did tell us that Glenn was in her DMs previously. So you knew and you co-signed it instead of keeping it cool and keeping it G and letting them be grown and handle it the way that they was going to handle it. You co-signed your friend. You co-signed your friend. So it was an ambush. It was an ambush. It was. And it's not that somebody had wrote in the comments, it was a lot of comments. I couldn't really get to all of them, but I do read them all. Somebody said that I don't have nothing for Glenn. It's not that I didn't have anything for Glenn. I think that Glenn was wrong too. However, Amanda is the one who brought it up. We're watching the show. I believe that Glenn cheated based off of what Cliff was telling him. The whole whispering in him, I think is exactly what he said. You looking guilty and this and that and this and that. I believe that he actually did it. But Amanda, we're watching a show from the women's point of view. And I feel like that Amanda brought it up and Latrice set her up to do it. I really do believe that. Lateshia ended up asking Latrice, is there anything about Glenn that she needs to know? Lateshia should have never asked that. This girl just threw up in your face that your husband had you out here looking like a fool. And now you made yourself look like a fool asking her when she just threw it in your face. You don't give a damn. And the fact that you even have to ask means that you need to let that nigga go. The fact that you even have to ask means that you should know that you got to let that nigga go. But y'all, that was the episode. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all team Lateshia or are y'all team Latrice? And do y'all believe that Latrice did not know that Amanda was going to do that? I think that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit. But y'all, that's all I got for right now. Y'all, thank y'all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.